Warning. What you are about to hear goes against traditional romantic counsel expressed by friends, family, and Instagram memes and quotes. Open-mindedness is advised.
We've been gone so far, baby. I hope it lasts forever, baby.
Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. Welcome to another edition of The Senate. I'm your host, Neil Hoyt. He's your host, Derek Marshall. And together we will start Senate and have it in session. So, my brother, what's the good word?
What's going on?
What's going on?
I am here, man. I am well.
Mm-hmm.
Just taking it easy. What about you?
Man, just the same way. Just taking it easy, one day at a time. Can't complain. Now, for those of you who would have been watching from the time we had the start of the live stream, you would have heard some music. Derek is the founder of G-Syndicate. So, Derek, you know what to do. Just let everybody know how, when, and where we can find G-Syndicate.
Yeah, man. You can find G-Syndicate at gsyndicate6.com, first and foremost. And then you can also check us out on social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all at G-Syndicate6. So yeah, you can look out for us on those platforms, and there's always something going on over there. Mark, he does a good job running the social media accounts. Mm-hmm. So he keeps things fairly up to date. Shout out Mark, shout out Kiyomal, shout out Waden as well, and Brett and Antonio, the guys in the house. Bringing out good music for you. I see Tamiko, I see Rolly's in the house early. I see you early on today, Rolly. It's good to have you as always. And yeah, man, that's what's going on as G-Syndicate.
Yeah, man.
On a new project going to be available very soon, we hope. So that's what's up.
All right, sweet.
I didn't expect today.
How was that? Well,
I had a good outing. Shot the ball pretty well, so I feel good about that. See Antisocial in the house, bigger Antisocial.
Yeah, bigger Antisocial.
Yeah, man, I had a good outing. It wasn't too bad at all. But then some young boys came, and that was the end of that. When the pace turned up.
Yeah.
It's hard to play with people in your age bracket, But then when you go to play with some guys who might be a little bit younger, you know how that goes,
Yeah. Well, all right. So, thanks everybody for joining us. Good night. Now, for those of you who don't know, every Tuesday and Thursdays we have our episodes for the Senate. Shout out Victoria, good night. And every Tuesday and Thursday we have our podcast. And before then, Derek would normally post something on his social media to drum up conversation. This week is no different. I don't know those who don't know, but today we are talking about dating do's and don'ts, right? So Derek is going to, start us off, lead us in worship tonight. Senate is now in session, so let's go, Pastor Marshall.
Yeah, man, we got the constituents in the house early, right? So we got the question. We talk about the dating do's and don'ts. Should men pay for the first date? Do women actually prefer to go Dutch? And of course, what do you consider dating red flags? I found this to be an interesting topic. I was consuming some content. You do a lot of that these days. Mm-hmm. And there was one content creator who was, before we go any further, guys, like, subscribe, share. Yeah, the Senate podcast here on YouTube. Do all that for us, please. Just give the algorithm a little bit of a kick. We greatly appreciate it, right? So subscribe, encourage your friends to subscribe. We greatly appreciate it, right?
Also, to when you subscribe. Was that you play the Bumble Club? Play again, man.
Yeah. You know that. You like that one there. So let me drop it for you early.
Right, and when you hit the subscribe button, people, there's a little notification bell. Hit that. You will not miss anything from the Senate again. It will notify you whenever we're going live, whenever we're posting content. Yeah, man. So let me get into it.
I know that you bring it up, Neil. We made the decision to actually bring more content to you guys. So we'll be doing not only the live stream on Tuesday and Thursday, but we also be giving you some morsels in between as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we discussed it. We made a commitment to bring even more content to you guys. So you can look up for more. As Neil said, hit that notification bell so that you do not miss anything that we have to give you guys coming in the very, very near future. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was back to my story. I was consuming some content and I saw this guy, he was discussing this lady she went out on a date and the date seemed to be going well in her estimation. And her date got up to go to the bathroom. And when he left, another man who happened to be homosexual um, sent her a note,
Mm-hmm.
gave her a note saying, "Too many red flags, girl, run." Right?
Oh,
Be
oh
safe
no.
or something like that was on the note, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what was that side of thing? What do you consider red flags? What are the things that are make or break for you guys in terms of when you go on a date? And one of the big things I found in some of the consuming I was doing, that actual first date, shout out neighbor and Steve in the house, so my Stephen Wu in the house.
Stephen Wu, man.
Yeah. So that first date tends to be a very big thing. So we got some videos, Neil. I think
Mm-hmm.
we should delve into those. Uh, and we can run them. And we run them and then we discuss them. Right?
Okay. All
One
right.
by one, we'll run them and discuss them.
So we started with, I don't even know. We started with a Steve Harvey, obviously, but let me
Yeah,
let me
yeah, we get it. Yes.
let me get into it. Me personally, I believe if you ask a woman out on a date, whether it be the first date, the last date, the second date, don't matter. If you invite the woman out and you set the place where to go, then as TC, you gotta know what coming. If you in budget for Cliff menu, don't suggest carrying the woman to the Cliff. You understand? If you on the first date, you tell the woman straight, man, I like to want to let me go here and eat a meal. I would like to carry you to uh yeah, Kirk Duggan Barber
She's
boy.
all
Okay,
power
though.
in the
She's
house.
all bread a good man. Right?
Yeah, shout out
Uh
Kirk Cadogan, man. When they had here, he used to cut it.
yeah. That's how long we've been going to Kurt. I know Kurt. Shout out Dion. But yeah, like if you invite a woman out, right? And you say, well, let us go to, it could be the Cliff, Pink Star, it don't matter, Chompers, Barbecue Barn, it don't matter, Burger King. You have to understand what is on the menu. So that when the bill come in, be like, a gasp. When she order lobster, you hold in your belly. No. You didn't say the woman ordering the steak, you said, child, let me order this garden salad, cousin. You know what I mean? Like, you got to know what is on the menu and what's going on out there, right? So that is it for that. Derek, your turn.
Yeah, I have to agree. I know that might shock a lot of people, but I am a bit more old school than people would like to think. And for me, if I am going out, I like to think of it as a case of, all right, if I take out this lady and she orders the most expensive thing on the menu, can I comfortably cover it? If I can't, if I know that if I cover her meal and mine that I get the skin right out, well, I will have to choose a more reasonable venue for us to eat.
Mm-hmm.
It makes no sense going and essentially taking out a small loan to take out this lady
Mm-hmm.
and then I out to all. So
Uh-huh.
I agree. Um, there should be some consideration on the man's part as to where it is he's taking this woman. If you know that you got big star money or Gloria money, big up Gloria, big G's, yeah. Lovely fish and chips. Check it out, guys. Right there on the corner of Passage Road. Check it out. I ain't gonna put you wrong. If you know you got Gloria money, go to Gloria. Take her to Gloria. If she can't take Gloria, well, that ain't the woman for you. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I see Jimmy and the crank, Jimmy and Jennifer as well. Shout out Jennifer
Shout
and
out.
Agent Smith. Good to see you guys.
Yeah. See
As
Kevin.
Jimmy is saying,
Shout out Kevin.
Yes, Kevin as well. First of all, any first date we going on, it's gonna be a breakfast buffet at first. That night date, fourth date. Maria Watson is in the house as well. Good night,
Shout out
Maria. Good to
Maria.
see you. Greg is in the house. I'm not sure which Greg this is, but Greg, welcome. Good to see you as always.
Yeah, man.
Saw you here before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
So, fellas, if you know you can't help the woman, make sure you got money to cover it.
Mhm.
Having said that, I still think there needs to be some kind of line over which we don't step, because we have a friend who took out a lady, you know, and when the bill came, and he could cover it though. He could cover it. Kudos to him. When the bill came, it was upwards of $250, and she hadn't eaten much of anything. It was just kind of pick a piece here and pick a piece there, you know. And I think that is unreasonable. But that's just me.
Mhm.
Maria is saying the first date is casual and inexpensive. I
Amen.
kind of
Amen.
feeling that as well.
Mhm.
You're kind of feeding up people and seeing how it was going to happen, if it's going to go further.
Mhm.
So I think you should look at it as a kind of like almost a probation period, if you want to call it that,
Mhm.
and keep your investment to a minimum. Let me put it that way. That way you don't feel hard done if you go you out $250, $300 on a date, and then it crash and burns in your favor. Please remember, fellas, there is a thing called a foodie call. There is a thing called a foodie call, and do not doubt that some people will go out with you for no other reason than to get a meal. So keep that in mind when you choose your places to eat, right?
So, Dwayne crawls his skin. But let me just mention to what Steve said. Right now, I was saying that Memory is a beautiful name. The lady's name is Memory. She has a beautiful name. Um, and Steve does have a point. I mean, Steve could be a panda bear, but he does have a point. I'm not justifying you and sending you no picture nor nothing, and you know, you don't trust me. You don't trust what I am doing. You don't trust my word. And on top of that, too, in the specific anecdote from Memory, you're trying to tell me, Memory, that you got a man that he went out and he barely lost his job because he went partying. He's not responsible. He impulse buys. He bought a motorcycle without consulting you. To me, that speaks to one, him and his irresponsibility and his impulsiveness when it comes to finances, but also it speaks to your choosing of this man. I mean, let me call a duck a duck. You know what I mean? In the end of the day, if you feel as though you have a man that does not ground himself in the responsibilities of adulthood, that you constantly have to ask for proof that what he is doing is justifiable and met with approval from you, you're going out about it wrong, sweetheart. To me, that is creating a trend that doesn't make sense. The man ain't want a second mother. Men do not want a second mother. We do not want a second mother. We want a woman, a girlfriend, a wife. We want somebody. We don't want a wife. I mean, sorry. That's sorry. Freudian slip. Freudian slip. We don't want a mother.
Sensational.
She's on brave. We don't want a mother. We don't want a mother. You understand me? So if I out my boys, I have never given you any, because to me, if you want proof that I am doing something that is not that you have to approve of, that means you don't trust me. It means that you don't trust me on several different levels. You don't trust me as a man. You don't trust me as an adult. You don't trust me in terms of fidelity. You don't trust me. So your job or our job should be trying to get to the bottom of why you don't trust me. And if I don't trust it, for me, this is me. This is Neil Hoy. If I got a woman and I gotta be like, she tell me, yeah, I just out here fixing a puzzle. And I say, you're fixing a puzzle, send me a picture, let me see what puzzle you're fixing, man. Anytime that thought enter my mind to ask something wrong in the relationship, I answer that question. I got a question, why I asking that question, why that question popping up, and if it is because of my lack of trust in the person, I gotta get at the bottom of it. Or walk and go on my way.
Yeah, for me, when I saw the options that they were given, and I saw B was you don't trust, and then C was you want to seek approval, and then I saw 70% of the women chose we wanted to provide, we wanted to see that so we approved of. My instinctive response was
Stop the cap.
No,
because
that was glad to see option C. So,
yeah. Oh yes, they were happy to see option C.
yep.
You want to see what he's doing. If you approve of it, why? Because you don't trust him,
Mm-hmm.
right? You don't trust him. That is the crux of everything.
Mm-hmm.
You don't trust him. If you have a man that gets so caught up, sorry, let me backtrack and start again. If you have your partner and he gets so caught up in his partying and stuff like that, that he almost loses his job, come now. Come now. You know, many moons ago, long time ago in Bethlehem,
Mm-hmm.
about I may not have been 20, now I think about it, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
long time ago in Bethlehem,
Mm-hmm.
the shipping on Thursday night was a big thing.
Chee-hee-hee.
Shipping on Thursday night was a big thing. So one night, my partner and I, my boy Hall, we gone out to shipping Thursday night, and vodka, absolute vodka was drinking it there.
The devil's juice, man.
Yeah, we hitting this thing and we coming through, you know. Got home 3 o'clock. Work is at 8:30, right? No joke. When I got up like 8:15 or so, like I was like, oh man, I know everybody's had that I am never drinking again experience, right? So I get in my car, you know, drag myself to work. When I was coming out the gap, I looked over into the other gap. I saw that Hall was still home. And I somehow made it to work on time. I couldn't eat just so much alcohol. I just sweating out, just whole day sweating. I ate like 3:30 in the afternoon when all the alcohol ran out of me, you know. Now here's the thing. I wasn't drunk. I just felt terrible, right? When I got home in the evening, I went straight by Hall's house. He had just gotten up.
So he didn't go to work at all. He called in
He
sick.
didn't go to work at all, you know. And again, big up Jennifer Hoyt, my principal. She's former principal. She said, you know, Marshall, you have to gracefully surrender the things of youth.
Mm-hmm.
I want everybody in this chat to remember that. Gracefully surrender the things of youth. I could have done that at 1920. Get up, go to work, function normally, and be cool.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that now at my advanced stage where I'm seasoned with salt and pepper. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, when midnight, 12:30, it's time to shut down. Because if I don't get a certain hours of sleep, it's not going to be a good day the next day.
Fact. Yo, fact.
You know what I mean? But that was 1920. This is me, you know, some years along. Many years removed from 1920.
A couple years.
A couple years. So you have to move and grow up. And if you choose a man, right, and you end up in a situation where it is like this guy goes out, nearly loses his job because he got a wild weekend party, and that's college behavior, right? If he just decides to go on there, out 10,000, shoot, big up you if you could spend just a random 10,000 on a motorcycle. Kudos to you, but it shows that you are not financially prudent.
Nah,
you can go on impulse buy. We can't afford to be dealing with a situation like that. And again, is it just worth the squeeze? You got a man that doing something like that, and you checking up on him and stuff like that. If you gotta do that, you know, in the immortal words of PC Brooms, move along. You know what I mean? Yeah, it ain't worth it.
Yeah, ain't worth it. I completely agree, man. Yeah, nothing more need to be said. We press on.
Yeah, man. Let me crack on.
Or you want? Really nothing much going on in the chat. We see Kelly is Kelly says she diplomatically tell you that you all.
Yeah, it was fantastic how she said it. You know.
Yeah. I seeing Anton is in the chat. Dion showing ones. So it's Anton. I see antisocial bosses say never drink again. Right now.
Yeah, yeah,
Right
yeah.
now. All right, we crack on. Wait, what's happening here? No. Give me 1 second. Here we go.
I do. Let's find Dan. Where's Dan? Dan, you have a question for us?
I do. So this is based on experience of mine as well. I was married a few years back, and everything was going really well. The relationship was awesome, and then I ended up losing my job and decided to make a career change. So money wasn't coming in as steadily as before. I couldn't get her the things that she wanted or take her out as much as we did before. And it eventually got to a point where she was distancing herself from me and kind of pushed away from the relationship and ended up in a divorce. She left. You know, I took it very seriously as far as getting through the good times and the bad, and obviously she didn't. Why do women basically give up or become distant with a guy when he struggles financially?
Okay, we asked the ladies this question. Why do women lose interest when a man struggles financially? Is it A, a man is supposed to provide? Is it B, because you start to lash out at us? Or is it C, the man becomes a loser? Well, more than half of the women said it's B, because you lash out at them. Where's Erica?
Hi.
Go ahead.
So I've dated men who've made less than me, and one in particular decided to go back to school shortly after we got into a relationship. So obviously he was pressed financially at the time. I didn't mind, but I think it did bother him though. For example, on my birthday, I suggested a free concert for us to go to. He got so hung up over the cost of parking, and when I said, I'll cover it, his demeanor changed, he became annoyed, and we ended up not going at all. And then another time on Christmas, we were living apart in separate states. So I got him a surprise trip to come out and visit me. He got annoyed again and accused me of trying to show him up because I knew that he couldn't do a gift that was on that.
Robin, the stream stop? Oh. Oh. Ooh. 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 Ooh, that's problematic. I don't know what to do here. You're being suspended for policy violations. Oh, you're. Let me refresh that. Oh boy.
I was wondering about that. We can start another one?
We may have to, but I'm trying to figure out. Wait, man. Stream unavailable. Hold on a minute. Let me see something here. Steve Harvey, boy. Let me figure out what's going on here. Content. But it's saying the live's still going. What is happening right now? All right, my God, cut down, come again. Hold on.
Yeah, cut down, come again.
Let's start the stream.